यस्य रूपमधिकम् प्रच्छन्नगुप्तं धनम् विद्या भोगकरी यशः सुखकरी विद्या गुरुणा गुरुः विद्या बन्धुजनो विदेशगमने विद्या परं दैवतम् विद्या राजसु पूज्यते न तु धनम् विद्या विहीनः पशुः विद्या प्रशस्यते लोकैः विद्या सर्वत्र गौरवा विद्यया लभते सर्वम् विद्वान् सर्वत्र पूज्यते ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते।
CA Dr. Anuradha Ganesh is head of the Department of Commerce at Mulund College of Commerce. Dr. Anuradha Ganesh has done her Masters in Advanced Accountancy. She has cleared the National Eligibility test. She holds a doctorate in Banking and Finance. She has completed 3 certificate courses in finance from the Yale University. After completing 10 years as a core faculty in the Department of BAF, BBI and BMS, she has been teaching the students of BCom since 2013. She has to her credit 5 years of rich corporate experience in various areas of accounting and finance, both in India as well as in the United Kingdom. She has contributed 25 research papers and has published them in various national, international journals as well as in UGC CARE listed journals. She has completed a minor research project funded by the University of Mumbai. She is currently a research guide at R.A. Podar College of Commerce and Economics. She has been invited to several colleges as a resource person and as a subject expert. She has been a part of several key committees and performed various roles of responsibility at Mulund College of Commerce. Her inclination towards the learning and teaching makes her a true academician. Her study focused on the behavioral aspects of working women while making the investment decisions. Through her study, she has strived to arrive at a meaningful and workable solutions to investors, institutions, and policymakers. Her thesis topic is behavioral pattern of working women in their investment decision-making process. So welcome Vidyavachaspati, CA, Dr. Anuradha Ganesh.
Namaste. Thanks for the introduction. My heartfelt gratitude to Parle Tilak Vidyalaya Association for taking this initiative of creating a repository of research ideas. My sincere thanks to our principal, Dr. Sonali Petnekar ma'am, for encouraging us to participate in this endeavor. I'm happy to share my experiences of the research journey I took up in this platform. A heart-wrenching episode in the life of one of my friend who was almost left bankrupt because of a wrong investment decision. Shocking reports of how people lose their money because of investing in Ponzi schemes or maybe because of stock market scams. And yet another shocking incident of a relative who was left almost bankrupt because of the wrong investments made by her husband on her behalf. All prompted me to think about how investments are made. These are all educated people. Some of them were not even educated, but all seem to be suffering from suboptimal decisions. So how are these decisions made? What is the thought process which goes into making an investment decision? Is there a sound investment philosophy at all? And what are the steps of taking an investment decision? What are the factors which make a person take investment decisions is what prompted me to do research. My area of study is behavioral finance. Behavioral finance combines research on psychology, sociology, and finance. Traditional finance is of the opinion that investors always take rational decisions. They follow the investment decision-making process of having clear objective, setting up, seeking different information from different sources, choosing the right alternatives, and reviewing the investment decisions that they have taken. But behavioral finance is of the opinion that investments are not always driven by rational thinking. More often, they are driven by emotions, sentiments, and people do have bias while taking any decision. And as a result, behavioral finance focuses on the cognitive thinking of people. It focuses on how people react to situations, market conditions, information which is available in the market, and end up taking a suboptimal decision. So my area of study is in behavioral finance, and behavioral finance was at a very nascent stage when I commenced my research journey in 2015. The area of research that I chose was Mumbai metropolitan region. I chose Mumbai metropolitan region for several reasons. One, it is ranked high in terms of consumption pattern and standard of living. Also, Mumbai metropolitan region houses migrant, majority of the population is migrant population. So it can give a pan-India representation. I chose working women because as per 2011 census, there was a significant increase in the percentage of female literacy as well as participation of women in workforce. So it was prompted me to think that more women are now involved in contributing to their household income. So all the more reason we need to understand what is the role they play in taking their investment decisions of household. I made a questionnaire to collect data from working women. My sample size was around 1,500 women from Mumbai metropolitan region, which covers around 6 municipal corporations. I made a questionnaire which included questions to understand the demographic factors of women. I had questions which tested the knowledge level of women. I tried to understand how they take decisions, what are the factors which influences their investment decision, what are the investment avenues which they prefer. I wanted to explore whether marital status, occupation, education, family size has any bearing on the kind of investments they make. For doing this research, I had reviewed around 350 articles, reports published in various journals, national and international journals. And my finding is that a lot of research has been done to understand the influence of socio-economic demographic factors on investment decision making. Gender-based studies have been made on understanding what is the impact of gender on investment decision making, whether financial literacy has an impact on how decisions are made. A lot of literature has been written on how personality traits, emotions, bias, and sentiments play a key role in investment decision making. There has been a pattern in the manner in which investments are made, and based on gender, based on age, the investment preferences of people do change. We have a lot of articles written on, or a lot of research done on how family, peers, and the society in general has an influence on investment decision making. I tried to analyze from the data that I had collected. I tried to analyze how the socio-economic and demographic factors have influenced the decision making. I understood that choice of investments was based on the attribute of the investor. Many a times the investment objectives were not in the mind of the investor, and investments were made purely based on sentiments. The sentiment which was very dominant was herd mentality. People get to know where others have invested, they discuss about it. If everyone is invested in a particular avenue, maybe in a particular scheme, mutual fund scheme, or in a particular share, then people also tend to invest it. It's a fact that nobody can ever time the market, but it is also necessary for us to understand that investments are made not based on what others around us are doing, because they may have different set of objectives. I try to understand and analyze the relationship between the level of knowledge which my respondents had and the impact of demographic factors on the level of knowledge. So I tried to use ANOVA for it. I use some statistical techniques like linear multiple regression for drawing inferences based on the data that I collected. Chi-square test which I had done revealed that the choice of source of information, it depends very much on the educational level. So it is the educated women who try to seek information from maybe authentic sources. They read reports written by financial analysts. They try to seek information from company websites. They do a proper technical and a fundamental analysis by looking into the balance sheet of the companies. But this is not done by all of them, obviously, maybe because there is no awareness, maybe also because many of them tend to take decisions after consulting maybe their spouses or their parents. Marital status has a significant influence on the manner in which the decisions are made. So married women generally tend to leave the investment decision making to their spouses. They are, of course it is a matter of choice, but there are women who have agreed that they don't know where the investments in the household are made. And in case of women who are not married, their investments were predominantly made by their parents. It was found that the contribution of women to the family income also has a bearing on how women participate in the decision-making process. So, if a woman has a higher percentage of income, women definitely try to have a better say in where the investments should be made, how it should be made. And those who are having lesser contribution to the household income also tend to leave it to maybe the spouses or their parents. So my request I urge my fraternity to think about the way investments are made. I try to collect data from working women. So working women are the women who do have their regular income, who might be having savings. These savings have to get translated to investments. So when women are participating in the workforce, they should also have a say in how these funds are being parked, in what avenues these funds are being parked. So I would request women to go for pay a serious attention to what is financial planning. They need to set their financial objectives. These objectives need to be set for the short term, for medium term, and for long term. They need to be very clear about where they want to invest, why they want to invest. Many a times it so happens that women do invest for their children, for their children's education, and in the name of the children's education, they do invest in some of the riskier investments as well. There have been instances where women do take health insurance plans, but insurance plans which are probably not covering all members of their family. So women need to plan their finances adequately. They also need to do a lot of tax planning. Retail investors need to understand basic financial concepts. They need to understand the innovative financial products. Bitcoins were a rage until very recently. But then few incidents in the past and suddenly people lost their interest in Bitcoins. So this is not the way serious investment should be taken up. So women should take up financial planning and tax planning both seriously, and a conscious approach has to be done when it comes to setting up objectives with time frame in mind. So investors need to be aware of the emotional time horizon that they have, and at what stage, what kind of corpus they want to build. They need to be clear about it. Investors should seek information from all the reliable sources. Innovative products like maybe ETFs should be explored. For that purpose, financial education should be initiated at school level. Maybe to make it more interesting, apps, games, or maybe simulators can be introduced at school level so that children can be given financial education in a better way and in an interesting manner. One area where women or rather all the investors need to pay attention is about risk management. Risk and return share a very strange relationship. If risk is involved in making an investment, the return is worth appreciating. So women need to take a balance on how much risk they can endure, how much risk they can take, and what is the return that they are expecting from their investments. Risk management is something which should be initiated right from the time they start earning, because with each investment comes some element of risk. So it is important to identify the risk involved in each investment. To some extent, risk has to be avoided. Then what needs to be planned is how this risk can be mitigated. So insurance is one area I found in my research that women were not very particular, or women were not keen to take life insurance. Many of the reason also being that many women were covered by their spouse's maybe health insurance scheme, and they were not very keen to take up a life insurance on their own because they were not the breadwinners in the family. But all the same, medical expenses are going to be rising in every country, and the longevity of life the expectancy of life is definitely going to be increasing with the medical facilities which are being made available. So all the more reason why women need to focus on taking up health insurance or any insurance product which will help them to make their lives better. Retirement planning is another area where women need to focus on. This is one area where attention needs to be given not when they are in their 40s or 50s. It should start from a very early age, maybe even when they are in 30s, so that sufficient funds can be developed, sufficient corpus, adequate corpus can be developed at the time of their retirement. Market regulators need to protect their interest of investors. Stringent norms need to be introduced for making disclosures. Financial institutions need to be regulated. They need to be made accountable for several schemes that they bring in. SEBI has actually been very proactive in bringing out it spends a lot on investor education. SEBI has done a lot of good work on regulating the mutual fund industry as well. Merchant bankers, investment bankers, all have been regulated by SEBI. But a lot more is yet to be done. Market regulators need to insist on certification and regulation of financial advisors. These need to be periodically reviewed also by the regulators. Credit rating agencies have to be made more accountable. Their process of bringing out the ratings has to be monitored. Every time a scam breaks out, the credit rating agencies get away by downgrading the particular investment. That is not how it should be, because that is more of a reactive approach. Credit rating agencies should be proactive in bringing up their ratings, and their ratings have to be they need to be made accountable for it. Financial instruments need to be popular among, or should be made aware to even the population which is not very well educated. So we need to take the awareness level to the grassroots also. Many schools and colleges have taken, under NSS, they have taken initiative of bringing in financial literacy drive in many of the adopted villages and adopted slum areas. So this is a very good practice which needs to be continued. Governance, transparency and ethics in market, on the part of market regulators should be encouraged and should be enhanced. There has been a big change, a big difference in the social fabric after I concluded my research. Today, artificial intelligence is also being used for making investment decisions, and the aim is to achieve the near perfect decision. And so it is believed that investors will achieve their investment objectives. People may use technology, people may have enhanced cognitive thinking. Nevertheless, it is always important that investors remain proactive and they take active decisions. They remain active in the way investment decisions are made in their household. Thank you very much for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share my experiences of my research journey. Thank you.
पवित्रमिह विद्यते नहि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते नहि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते